So I want to talk a little bit about our community schools initiative. When I was meeting with the Board of Supervisors and various department heads and trying to say, look, we need to get money to school and we need to get it there quick, I sold it as this is the best diversion program you can offer. If you really want to stop the pipeline to prison, if you really want to ensure that kids are in schools and not in jails, then you need to invest in our schools, not only with money, but with some of the services that are being provided throughout this county. So the Community Schools Initiative is a perfect example, I feel, of how we can collaborate with city departments, county departments, nonprofits to make sure that kids and schools are getting resources. We have a pilot right now that's being implemented, and we're using 15 school districts for our Community Schools Initiative. The 15 districts were identified based on need. And really, this initiative is all about closing the equity gap and understanding the needs of communities in poverty and building upon assets, moving away from seeing things through a deficit lens, but really building on assets. It's really, again, making sure that we're getting everyone to realize that school is the place to be support, to offer services to our kids. And many, many people know, and I'm sure you've experienced that, a lot of people care about kids and they care about education and they want to offer services. The challenge has been, it's been difficult for school districts if you don't have the staff in place to coordinate all the people that want to volunteer, that want to come to your campus, to secure parent consent, to figure out a process of referrals. I mean, that's all a lot of work to ask a principal or an assistant principal to take on. So the way we've created the model for the Community Schools Initiative is providing districts with the staff to do that. So each of these 15 pilots have a community school coordinator who's going to coordinate some of the resources that will be coming in from the various county departments and nonprofits, as well as a full-time person who's going to serve as a community parent engagement person. Because the whole philosophy around a Community Schools Initiative is not only bringing resources to schools, but also engaging students and parents and having them play a part in the leadership that's taking place at the schools. So we're really excited about this initiative. We've secured over $20 million in funding and in-kind services to support this effort. This is an example of a strategy where multiple stakeholders are coming together to address equity gaps in our communities and using schools as the hub of neighborhood services and supports. The beauty of this initiative is that we're working with 15 school districts right now, and each of those districts will look a little different depending on what the needs are of that community. But what we're hoping for is having this model serve as a model that's not only used here in Los Angeles, but across the state and the nation. And we've had conversations with our state superintendent, Tony Thurmond, conversations with the governor about using this type of model. And what we want, before we even care about the rest of the state and the nation, is for every single school district in our county to have these supports and services. Because regardless of where you are in LA County, every single district in this county has a need. Even if you're serving a more affluent population, you still don't have the resources that you need to support all the children in your district. So our goal is to make sure that this gets out to every district in the county, and we're super excited to lead this work. And for those of you 15 pilots, a lot of pressure on you because the Board of Supervisors have told us that this isn't one-time money. This is ongoing money. We just need to prove that we can be effective and show some positive outcomes. And if we can do that, they've committed to scaling this out to the greater Los Angeles. So those of you who are in the pilots, we're counting on you to make sure this works. Some of our partners you can see on this list who from the county departments are so committed and eager to support our schools. I said the Department of Mental Health, they were the first to step up. They're doing not only the community schools initiatives, they're doing trauma-informed symposiums throughout our county. Many of you have participated in those. They're going to continue to do those. They're also talking about providing well-being centers, not only in the 15 pilots, but in much larger areas throughout LA County. We're working with the Department of Public Social Services, looking at food insecurity and how schools can play a greater role in making sure families have access to food. So all of these departments are really excited and want to work with all of you, and we'll be leading that work so that you don't have 80 districts trying to figure this out on their own.